What's going on, crypto people? It is your boy, the Crypto Siege, with another day in the life and the crazy life that is cryptocurrency. What's good, guys? Good morning. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to everyone. I'm gonna grab my headphones, put those on. But yes, I just wanted to hop on here real quick. Hope you guys have an excellent, awesome day today. Hope you get a chance to get out and maybe, hopefully, in nature. That would be awesome as well. And enjoy this beautiful day. But I wanted to hop on here just really quick because I wanted to share with you something that I sort of discovered yesterday. I was watching an interview with Jim Rickards, James Rickards. Some people call him James Rickards, but it's Jim Rickards. He's a very, very smart guy, kind of a geopolitical finance guy. His background is as an attorney, but he is very, 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 very smart. And he's very, 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 very well connected, very much so on the inside. Put that in there. So Jim Rickards is very, 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 very smart, geopolitical guy, background as an attorney, but he's also very, 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 very well connected. And over the years, for the past 40 years or so, he's, we're talking CIA stuff. We're talking, the powers that be hand select him to get on this particular venture, idea, board, whatever it might be, to help in certain areas. And so whether it be financial, whether it be kind of prediction stuff, all that kind of stuff. This Jim Rickards guy, very, very smart. You just Google him on YouTube, search him on YouTube, and you'll see a lot of stuff. But I was watching, he's a big, big gold guy, and I was watching an interview that he does on one of my favorite YouTube channels, and that is ITM Trading. ITM as in Mary, Trading. And I forget her name. I can't remember her name now. But she was interviewing him. She's a real smart guy, but smart lady. But she is definitely, a gold person, right? ITM Trading is that as well, about gold, precious metals, but it's especially gold. And they kind of offer kind of a strategic way to invest in gold and silver. But I listen to her because she does a great job of analyzing the market, and that's her background. And she had him on, and they were going through different stuff. And of course, the last 5 minutes of that show, of that interview, which was almost an hour, last 5 minutes, she brought up cryptocurrency, she brought up digital assets. And, it's funny because he says, in that interview, he went on, he must have done, I don't know, 10 interviews that day, because I watched some other stuff same day. He's being interviewed by other people. But he said how he didn't like cryptocurrencies. He didn't like Bitcoin. He said because, one of the things that he said is because it's really just a system where, one person's gain. Because he says, I know millionaires. I know people who make millions and millions of dollars in Bitcoin, but he said basically Bitcoin was taking money from one group. You got the money because you took it from the other people, right? So because you got in at $1 and now you're able to sell it at 10, that type of deal. It's just taking from other people. And he said something that I was shocked to hear him say it. He said there's no real value add to Bitcoin, right? How is it adding to society? And I thought to myself, whoa, what in the world? Why would he say something like that? I get the whole thing. You if you buy something $1 and you sell it to someone for $10, I get that whole, you made money because you took money from somewhere else. I get what he's saying with that, but that's just the way the world of economics. But the fact that he said value add, and I'll get to how this relates to XRP here in a couple of minutes, but the fact that he said it doesn't add any value was that was a little mind-boggling to me, because he will also say, invest in gold and silver. He'll also say invest in fine art. He said that multiple times. A certain portion of your portfolio should be in fine art. Well, where is the value add? Where is this grand value add to society from fine art? Like, where is that? Bitcoin, one of the major value adds that it introduced us to blockchain technology. That's number one, and that's massive, and that has a future long term, right? You never know where we're going from discovering. You never know the levels of advancement for society that will come from the discovery of blockchain technology, right? So tell me how fine art compares. How does fine art compare in terms of value add, right? But you're going to say that a certain amount of your portfolio should be in fine art. That makes zero sense. Absolutely zero sense. So that argument, and of course, it's the same argument that Peter Schiff makes, right? And the little off guy that is Norio Robini, right? I'm just trying to be kind by saying that he's a little off. Same thing, where's the value add Ponzi scheme, all that stuff is insane to me. What they're really saying in code is, I missed Bitcoin. I missed it. I missed that opportunity. So now I'm going to, kind of frown upon it. Because I don't want all the people who are in gold and silver to walk away and now get into the disaster, because that takes away from the thing that I didn't miss out on, right? You get that? So that's what that is about. In the end, that's what that is about. The value from a Bitcoin obviously is number one, that it brought us to blockchain technology. The other value is in that if I say it's worth 10,000 and you say it's worth 10,000, then that's the value of it, right? Money isn't real money unless the powers that be decide that it's real money, right? That there's real value. Yet we agree that this is a medium of exchange. That's where it works, and that's how it works. And so the fact that there's a scarcity, a limited supply of Bitcoin, that's a value to it, right? I heard something the other day from Barry Silbert, because he does this. He did, they did that commercial about dropping gold and getting Bitcoin, right? And he made some elegant points. One of those points about gold that he mentioned is that less and less of gold is being used in society, and more silver is being used. So the value of gold is actually going down, because less and less of it is, there's less and less of a value add to society, right? Less and less of a value add to society. And I would make the argument, today and 7 days a week and twice on Sunday, that because of Bitcoin, we now know of blockchain technology, and that will add more value to society, perhaps than anything that's ever been discovered ever in the history, right, of mankind. And so that's massive in a lot of ways. And I think, the challenge is for people like Jim Rickards, who he's a smart guy. I subscribe to his newsletter, to one of his newsletters, is that they lump, like, they know there's 2,000 digital assets, but they lump all the assets into one pile and say Bitcoin, and then don't take the time to learn more. Now, again, we all know that there is this big thing about not mentioning XRP, not mentioning. Recently now they're kind of showing it on CNBC, but again, not really talking that much about it unless Brad Garlinghouse comes on and talks about it. But they missed it, that the genius behind what Ripple did and the strategy that they took to get to market this into the marketplace, to sell this into the marketplace, is that they created use cases for it, and it has a real world use case, a value add to society in it. And it's not just with the banks and clearing up $10 trillion of Nostra Voce accounts. It's not just that. They also deal with the small and medium enterprises. They also deal with financial institution FIs that in the end save the money, and that savings comes back to the average Joe and Jane. Massively important. So when you can save these small to medium enterprise businesses money, they can expand, they can do different things, but in the end, those costs will come back. In fact, to society. In fact, we now can literally say, hey, are you using Ripple technology? Are you using XRP? Because if not, I'm going to go to the other spot that is, because I know I'm going to save money. It's going to cost me less money to send, money to my family. So that's XRP's greatest value, is that it has a real world use case to it. And for us as XRP holders, it is it's massive to be able to say that, let alone that distributed ledger technology is massive, let alone let's not sleep on the ILP, the interledger protocol, which is massive in so many ways, because that is the thing that levels the playing field in terms of interoperability. And we, quote unquote, gifted that to the world. We gifted it to the world, and that was a genius decision to do that. And so we're in a blessed spot. In the end, these are the things that will be shouted from the rooftops when the masses begin to ask why Ripple, why XRP. These are the things that we'll be able to shout from the rooftop, and no other company, no other digital asset will be able to sing as loudly as we will be able to sing. The XRP community, and Ripple, the company, right? That is what we have. That is what separates us from so many other different things. And so, if you haven't had a chance, you definitely, if you want to kind of raise your financial IQ a little bit, if you want to learn a little bit more about gold and silver, listen, gold and silver are always going to be great hedges, right? Always going to be great hedges against fiat currencies. So certainly, there's a period where you're going to want to have some of that in your portfolio for certain. You definitely want to check out ITM trading to just kind of raise your IQ. You have to watch it with a certain level of discernment, right? And that's with anything that you do, but it will definitely help raise the financial IQ. So never ever forget, guys, when it comes to use case and when it comes to value add to the world, there isn't a company in Ripple, there isn't a digital asset in XRP that compares to what we have as XRP holders. So guys, I'm going to wrap this video up with saying this, as I always do. Old money doesn't want you to win. Old money doesn't want us to win. They would rather us to remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know. The battle for you has already been fought. The victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.